This is the LUCID L300 adjustable bed frame, and I just set it up in my bedroom recently. I want to do a quick review and really get into what you should expect if you're thinking about making your bed more comfortable or simply want a new experience when it comes to sleep and relaxation. What surprised me right out of the box was how solid the frame looked. The whole thing is wrapped in thick, protective plastic, and honestly, when I lifted off the wrapping, it looked like one sturdy, single-piece bed frame. Some folks call it sleek or modern, but in my home, it feels just right. Nothing flashy, just clean and functional. From my experience, the setup was one of the easiest I've done for furniture this size. The instructions were super straightforward. LUCID says you'll need a second person, but I managed almost everything solo, just needed a little help at the very end. The legs or stands just screw in with no drama, and you get a couple of options for placement. I put mine on the more inward setting to make the bed a bit lower. Once the stands were in, the frame was light enough for me to maneuver into its spot, though it's definitely a solid piece, and you'll notice the weight if you move the queen or larger. Don't let that throw you off though, the weight is what makes it sturdy. One thing I appreciated is that all the parts were packed logically. The two main motors come attached. The USB ports are already installed. Yep, there's a USB on each side, which just makes life easier for charging phones or tablets at night. There's a control box included as well, and the power cable is long enough that placement next to a wall outlet wasn't an issue for me. I also noticed LUCID even included batteries for the wireless remote. I love not having to track those down last minute. So let's talk about my experience actually using the bed. Once everything was plugged in, I attached the two mattress holder brackets at the bottom, flipped down the frame top, and synced up the remote. I sleep with a thick foam mattress, and it dropped in perfectly. Now, what makes the LUCID L300 stand out is the adjustable feature. Basically, you use the remote to lift your head or feet up or down as much as you want. For anyone new to this, an adjustable bed frame means you don't have to stay flat. You can bring your head up for reading or watching TV, or raise your feet for comfort or better circulation. In my opinion, the remote is a highlight. It's compact, fits in your hand easily, and has backlit buttons, so in the middle of the night, I didn't have to guess which control does what. There's a memory button. Basically, you set your favorite position and hold it to save, then come back to it anytime with one press. I used it for my go-to reading spot. I also like that the remote has a tiny flashlight built in, which I didn't think I'd need, but actually used when I dropped something and didn't want to wake anyone up turning on the lamp. The key features that stand out most for me are the quiet motor and the independent head and foot incline. Adjusting the bed barely makes a sound, so if you share a bed and go to sleep at different times, it won't disturb anyone. I'm actually impressed by how smoothly and quietly the whole thing moves. You just hear a soft whir, nothing jolting at all. For me, it's perfect for winding down at night. Just sit up, read or watch a show, and then hit the single flat button, and the bed settles back down quietly. My partner noticed the difference too, especially compared to our old squeaky frame. Another thing I like is versatility. The LUCID L300 can work standalone, or if you already have a bed frame you love, you can fit this base right inside it, which is what I did. I kept our platform bed for looks, dropped the LUCID base in, and now I have the best of both worlds. The black and charcoal design looks modern, but if you tuck it inside another frame, it just blends right in. This is really useful if you're changing your setup, but don't want to give up your bed's original style. Now for the things I don't love. For me, the biggest limitation is the remote only has one programmable memory button. That means if you have multiple favorite positions, like one for sleeping and a different one for TV time, you'll have to adjust each time. You can't save more than one preset. I'd recommend this for anyone who's happy just saving their main, most used position, but it's not as convenient if you like to switch things up a lot. Another thing I noticed is the LUCID L300 doesn't offer extra features like massage or foot decline, which some more expensive beds might have. This isn't a huge deal for me, because things like massages aren't a necessity. But it's worth pointing out that if you want something with every sort of bell and whistle, you should know. The L300 focuses mainly on incline adjustments, simplicity, and comfort. The base is also on the heavier side. The queen, which I use, is over 120 pounds. So moving it solo isn't the easiest task. Thankfully, you probably won't need to move it much once it's in place. I do have to say, from my experience as someone who's new to adjustable beds, I found the transition a lot smoother than I expected. The remote makes it easy to learn, and the instructions hold your hand through assembly. which calmed my nerves since I'm not super handy. All the main features work as advertised. The USB charging is actually a small detail, but it totally removes the issue of reaching for cords on the ground or knocking over your charger. In conclusion, I'd recommend this for anyone who's looking for customizable comfort in their bedroom, especially if you read, watch TV, or work from bed a lot. It could be a great fit for people recovering from surgery or dealing with snoring or reflux issues, because being able to prop yourself up really helps. I love not having to pile up pillows behind my back anymore. The LUCID L300 brings a premium feel without an extreme price tag, and the 10-year warranty helps me feel good about long-term durability. If you want a fuss-free, rock-solid adjustable bed, and you don't care about extra features like massage or lots of memory presets, you're going to be happy with this. You can view detailed information about the LUCID L300 adjustable bed frame in the comments section. Thank you for watching.